It's titled the CO2 Clean Air Curse. You see, politicians and paid-off scientists and super liars are all calling for clean air. Should you join in and support it? Well, let's look at some of the apparent facts that they're avoiding, that they don't want to talk about. Well, just look at some of these things. Number one is carbon dioxide is part of the life cycle needed to support all air-breathing life on this planet. What happens when you remove part of the cycle? Everything stops. You know, if you are missing 4 pistons on your 6 piston engine, what happens when you go to start it?
It's on fire.
You don't go anywhere. There's a problem. But they're not thinking like that. They're not looking at what is the effect of what they're asking for. They're just demanding. Number 2 is CO2 levels are at the worldwide lows for historically. They're not going up, they're going down at historic lows. I think I remember reading one thing that it says that we're 1/8 of what the normal CO2 count should be in the air. 1/8 of it. Number 3 is low ocean CO2 levels means no oxygen released into the atmosphere. When you have no oxygen, that means you suffocate and die. Let's have clean air. The greatest source of oxygen released is through the oceans. If the plankton are dying because there's no CO2 to feed them, something's wrong in the system. But they don't go after the real culprits, sulfur dioxide and nitrous oxide that's in the air. They don't go after that. They're going after a basic essential. Something that will kill you if you don't have it in the air. Item 4, low CO2 levels have caused ice ages, droughts, and worldwide famines through the past. And you can time them. You can see when in the ice, and you can see in the stuff at certain years. Whoa! We had major disasters take place when the CO2 levels went down, and we're lower now than they were then. So what are we heading for? We also are finding out that the low levels, in 5 years, that the low levels of carbon dioxide in the oceans slow the ocean currents and create severe tropical storms that gets trapped in these restricted jet stream areas. They can't get out of it, and just keeps disaster after disaster after disaster hitting. Number 6 is low levels of carbon dioxide can cause longer winters and very cold summers, preventing crops from being able to mature. Now that sounds like a good thing too, right? especially if you want to create a worldwide famine. And 7, the low levels of carbon dioxide are being considered as a cause for slow replacement of the ozone. Without the CO2 there, the oxygen isn't being released from the ocean. When you have the lightning storms, it's not forming the ozone that should be there. CO2 is considered charge retainer that allows electrical discharges that allow ozone to form. Well, it sounds like the best. If you're talking about ozone depletion, shouldn't you want something in the air that will encourage ozone development? If you break the cycle, things stop. So, shouldn't we all join in and jump on this bandwagon so that we can destroy the human race and bring on an ice age and enjoy starving ourselves and the rest of humanity to death? Shouldn't we be involved with all that? Isn't it the Christian thing to do, is to get involved in destruction?
Mm-hmm.
Or should we use some common sense and harvest the excess carbon dioxide that's being produced in certain industries and bleed it back into the oceans and support the cycle of life that God established for this world and for all of mankind? Think it over. Pass this YouTube on to your friends. It's time to start rethinking join the bandwagon programs. They're not good for us.